Hello, my name is Eric Murrow, and I'm the Director of Partner Enablement and Pre-Sales here at Acumatica. I want to be the first to congratulate you on what I know will be an exciting journey as you start to learn more about Acumatica ERP. At Acumatica, we honestly feel that our software is only as good as the people that have taken the time to learn about Acumatica ERP. That is why we feel it's important to offer industry-leading free training to anyone that's interested in learning about Acumatica ERP. Let's go ahead and take a look at Open University. When you land on the homepage of Acumatica Open University, you can see the horizontal menu items on the top of the page. On the right-hand side, there's a slider that will allow you to see additional information or cubicles with links to a particular set of courses divided by areas of Acumatica ERP. A good place to start would be looking at the About Us overview, where you get, again, a little bit more of a background on Acumatica Open University and how it was intended to be used. You'll find that there's two ways in which you could find course information within Acumatica. The first is through the magnifying glass that we see in the top right-hand corner. If I were to type System Admin in here and hit Enter, you will see those courses that system administrators may be interested in. Another way to look for material is through the course catalog. As I click on Course Catalog, on the right-hand side, you will see a vertical list of items that will help you to navigate to courses that you may be interested in. These menu items represents the areas of Acumatica they cover. For example, implementation of finance. End user courses are presented under the end user section and have a dark background with a light green triangle on it. Courses for implementation consultants and developers have a dark background, but they'll have a light blue triangle on it. Course cards contain the course name, and when you hover over the card, you can see the course version. Also, some of the courses may contain one or both of the following items. Video icons. This means that the course page contains the recordings of the past webinar. A circle with a question mark means that the course page contains a quiz which you can take after you complete the course. If you're not sure where to start, you can take a look at learning paths. Here, when you view learning paths, which we have prepared for different types of users, you can see different tracks, if you will. For example, we have consultant learning paths, developer learning paths, and end user learning paths. If you drill down on any of the links, you'll see the learning paths were organized by functional area. So for example, if I click on end user learning paths, you'll see the different learning paths for finance, orders, sales management, etc. Within this course, if I choose finance management, you'll see that that's supported by additional courses. So for example, basic financials, intercompany transactions, and prices and discounts, as well as others. On the right-hand side, you will also see job aids as well as quick guides. So let me go ahead and choose basic financials for now, and we'll take a little bit deeper dive into one of our courses. So here you're wondering, how do I approach this material? Well, to complete the course, you need to download training materials and complete the lessons from the guide on your copy of Acumatica ERP. You can install it locally or ask your Acumatica partner to create an environment for you. However, courses are version specific. So after you download the training guide, you will need to check which particular version of Acumatica ERP do you need and download it or provide information to your partner. It's important that you recognize that each course will require you to sign in to the Test Acumatica ERP with a particular username and password. It is important to use the correct ones as each lesson is prepared for a particular role in the system, and if you use the wrong user to sign in, you might miss some documents which you need for the lesson or even not have access to the form or branch. Now, let me describe what you can find on the course page. Each course contains a course description, training materials, installation files, useful links, and links to related courses. Some of the courses may also contain webinars recording quizzes. As I look at the course description, like the name implies, you will get a brief description of the course. To the right of the course description, you can find several buttons. For example, learning paths. If I want to choose learning path, it will take me back to an area that you may recognize that we were just in a few moments ago. But again, allows you to see the other courses that are associated with this training. I'm just going to re-enter basic financials from here. We'll also see training materials. Again, you cannot access training materials without being signed in to Acumatica, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. Here you will have installation information. You can find the installation section with the links to the installation guides of different versions and installation files of Acumatica ERP and the Acumatica framework. You can click the buttons to open the pop-up box with the links to the guides and files of different versions. So if I were to click on the download Acumatica, here you'll see the different versions. And again, it's why it'll be important to download your training information first to find out what version you need, as the training will be developed on one of these versions. Now, if you cannot download, I suggest do a right mouse click, copy the link, and try opening or executing the download through a different browser. You will also see that we have Acumatica ERP as well as Acumatica Framework. For those of you that are consultants or end user training, you will typically require Acumatica ERP. Those of you that are more on the administrative side or on the development side, you may be required to download the Acumatica framework. Also within this area, you will see feedback, where you can provide feedback so we can improve the courses throughout the course of the year. As mentioned earlier, some of the courses may contain quizzes. If a course contains a quiz, it is usually located next to the course description. Quizzes can be taken by signed-in users only. So much like I cannot download training material without signing in, I cannot take a quiz without signing in first. You will have only one attempt to complete the quiz, so we highly recommend that you take your chance only after you have completed the course and are ready for the quiz. If I scroll down, in this case, you will see that we actually have training recordings. So some of the trainings contain webinar recordings. If a course contains webinar recordings, these recordings are posted under the course description. If there are several recordings, they are posted on separate tabs, as you can see here, Session 1, Session 2, and Session 3. These recordings have the outline. To see the outline, you need to click on the list icon on the video panel. You can switch to a particular lesson just clicking on the item of the outline. If I continue to scroll down, you'll also note that we have additional references. On each course page, you can find the reference links which provide some information about the topic that's covered in the course. On the right-hand side, you will see related courses. Next to the additional references section, you can find the links to the courses which relate to the same functional area of Acumatica ERP, for example, project accounting or financials. A video camera icon, which sometimes appears next to the course name, indicates that these courses contain webinar recordings. As I mentioned earlier, in order to access training materials or other materials like the quizzes, you must sign in to Acumatica or Open University specifically. So here I'm going to choose the sign in. Okay. And I logged in automatically because I have my account already set up. If you need to establish an account, you will be prompted to create your account. So the only really difference here is that now if I wanted to, I could download training materials if necessary. You'll note that there's a practice page. Here you can find job aids and quick guides that end users may find useful. Job aids are in the format of .doc, so you can download them and adjust to your needs. So feel free to edit these documents to accommodate your specific environment as necessary. You'll note that we have an FAQ section where you can also view the frequently asked questions to find answers to questions that we have not addressed today. And finally, we have a Contact Us page. If you have any questions, feel free to contact the Acumatica training team, or you can also send an email at training@acumatica.com. I want to thank you for your time. I hope this session was helpful. And now, enjoy the journey. Thank you.